This Saturday, you can help make a difference in someone's life by donating essential items to victims of abuse and violence. Joining me this afternoon is Bob and Rochelle from Family Resources. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So lots to get to, lots to talk about. Rochelle, Family Resources, the Fill the Truck event. It's an annual event, and it's coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the initiative.
Yeah, so Family Resources is a local nonprofit. We're celebrating our 175th year.
Wow.
So we've been doing this for a while.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're super excited for this weekend. We've got Fill the Truck, so we will gather items, necessary hygiene, household items, for survivors. So these are people who suffer from, domestic abuse, sexual violence, homicide, and other violent crimes. So we're working with volunteers. Bob is coordinating that portion.
Awesome.
To gather these items.
Yeah, and Bob, I mean, when we're shopping, when we're at the store, the grocery store, wherever, these are items that we're picking up for ourselves or our families, and we're not necessarily thinking that there are folks out there who are really in need of these items or don't have access to them. And so, but these are people that you work with often.
It is. We're working with families who are in a crisis, families who are making difficult transitions in their life. And this is a high impact volunteer opportunity because it directly benefits them and makes their life easier to make these transitions.
Yeah, directly actually impacting and supporting shelter and housing services. Describe those programs for us, for people that are not familiar.
Well, we have a domestic violence shelter. We shelter people from abuse, whether it's human trafficking, sexual abuse, intimate partner abuse. Survivors of homicide and other violent crimes is another program we have. People who have survived from someone who has died. It's a very difficult time for them as well. They all have needs to make these transition. It's as simple as what we take for granted every day is clothing and personal hygiene products. All these things are needed to help them.
Yeah, and some numbers that Family Resources did provide for us ahead of our segment today, which I found shocking. So Shelter and Housing Services anticipates assisting 675 survivors next year.
Yeah.
675. In 2023, Survivor Services Department served more than 3,500 people.
Yeah.
These are very, very big numbers. And I think a lot of people, upon hearing that, would be so surprised to know that's a lot of people that would be in need of these items.
Yeah, these are our neighbors.
Yeah.
These are people that you see in school, people that maybe you work with. So there's definitely a great need. In 2023, we accepted 14,000 crisis calls.
Wow.
So like you said, the need is there, and it takes a lot of people, a lot of different organizations, staff and volunteers to make this successful, but the impact is felt widely across our community.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about what people should consider donating, specifics. So you provided a list of some things, so if you're headed to the store at all for the rest of the week, and the mood strikes you, please, pick up one of these items. Kitchen and bath essentials, cleaning supplies. So when you guys were talking about a lot of people transitioning from homelessness, I mean, this is going to be huge for them. That stuff also isn't cheap. Bed and bath items, toiletries, small home items. What would that be?
So I mean, it's really what you would find at the Hy-Vees stores.
Okay.
When you're going in and shopping, Kleenex boxes, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Baby and toddler supplies, that's a big one. So those would be like your diapers and things like that. So.
And over-the-counter medicines is a large one too, especially for children, right? Children's Tylenol, children's Motrin.
Yeah.
Those are definitely items we need as well.
No, I'm really glad that you did provide this list for us because, again, I think a lot of us take those things for granted when we go and pick them up in the store, and especially the over-the-counter medicines. I mean, these are all, they're going to set somebody up for success.
Yeah, I mean, I go into the bathroom and it's all in my cabinet, right? But if you don't have your own bathroom, you don't have that cabinet, you don't have those supplies. So yes, these are just going to help people on their healing journey, and to get started, to empower them to really take the next step in their life.
Okay. Well,
some of the Hy-Vees stores have clothing items that are seasonal. We would take those as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's great to know. Thank you. And Bob, volunteers, they're going to be creating housing baskets for survivors. So just describe those. Is this something that you're just able to give to somebody? somebody that becomes a client at Family Resources?
Yeah, it can. It can be any client of Family Resources
Okay.
with sheltering and housing. They include gift cards for gas,
Okay.
Sometimes transportation, gift cards to be able to eat or purchase food
Okay.
and items at convenience stores or at the Hy-Vees.
Yeah, that's great.
It helps them a lot. Last year we had over 1,200 volunteers, clocked 24,000 volunteer hours.
Wow.
And
That's
still
impressive.
we feel like as much as we do, there's still more to be done.
Yeah. You guys are making it very easy for us. There are going to be, what, 12 locations that people can donate on Saturday?
Yes.
And they are truly all over the Quad Cities
All
area.
of the Hy-Vees. It's all of the Clinton and Muscatine.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Bettendorf, Davenport, Clinton, Muscatine, Eldridge, Silvis. We've got all of the addresses on your screen right now. Milan, Rock Island, Moline. We'll, of course, get these posted if you are looking for a spot. And you spoke just now, Bob, about volunteers. So they're going to be helping out with this donation drive for those several hours that it's going on Saturday. How important are the volunteers to Family Resources, and are volunteers still needed at Family Resources?
Oh, absolutely. We always need volunteers doing high-impact volunteer activities. We have, of course, an event like, with Fill the Truck. Most of the community members have stepped up, and most of those spots are filled. It was very popular with companies and community organizations. There are a few spots that we still need people on the Hy-Vee off of Utica Ridge Road,
Okay.
and also on Muscatine. But people have stepped up quickly because it's a very fun event, and they know their time and effort is going to have high impact and directly benefit the lives of our survivors and our clients.
Yeah, and our neighbors and our friends, as Rochelle mentioned. I mean,
Yeah.
there are plenty of people out there that you may not know that you see every single day that are going through something like this. And Rochelle, remind everybody again what time this goes on Saturday. It starts in the morning, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So it's June 15th at all of our 12 local area Hy-Vees
Great.
from 9 a.m. to noon. So if you're just planning to go shopping, go during those times.
Yeah.
Visit us. Fill up your cart,
Fill
drop
the
them off at the truck.
And
Yeah.
fill the truck. Okay.
Yeah.
So for more information on this event or services offered at Family Resources, visit famres.org. We also have the address, the phone number on your screen. Additionally, for anybody watching right now who may need it, there is a 24-hour free crisis line for domestic violence, sexual assault, and other violent crimes. Those numbers are on your screen for Illinois, for Iowa, and also a toll-free number. Bob and Rochelle, thank you so much, and for all the hard work that you do.
Sure.
Thank you
Thanks for
very
having
much for
us.
coming today.